prophecy of the first will be last. The last will be first and the first will be last, according to the end times prophecy. So when we look to this, who will be ready to go and to leave into the wilderness to Petra for the 42 months? We have homeless, we have drug addictions, we have prostitutes, and people in the world who are already broken, who have nothing left to lose. These are the last of society, the dregs of society. But Christ, when he came to the poor and the needy first. In the book of Matthew, chapter 20, verse 16, he says, "So the last will be first, and the first last." So who is it that will be ready to go and live in tents first in the wilderness? It will be the homeless. The homeless in the streets who will be ready to go. Luke chapter 14, verse 16 through 18, it says, "Then said he unto him, A certain man made a great supper, and bade many, and sent his servant at supper time to say to them that were bidden, Come, for all things are now ready. And they all with one consent began to make excuse. The first said unto him, I've bought a piece of ground, and I must needs go and see it. I pray thee, have me excused." The people who have these things of the world start to make excuses when they're called to come. They're called to come and gather, and they refuse to come and begin to make excuses about marriages and properties. Luke chapter 14, verse 21 through 24. "So that servant came and shewed his lord these things. Then the master of the house, being angry, said to his servant, Go out quickly into the streets and into the lanes of the city, and bring in hither the poor and the maimed and the halt and the blind. And the servant said, Lord, it is done as thou commanded, and yet there is room. Then the Lord said to the servant, Go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. For I say unto you that none of those men which were bidden shall taste of my supper. And who is it that were bidden to taste of the supper? It is the believers who profess to be the people of his kingdom. Those who knew that he was coming began to make excuses. Just like on Christ's first coming, it was the esteemed who were too arrogant in their ways and loved their things that stumbled them in their riches, that they refused to humble themselves and see the Messiah. In the last days it will be the same. And those who were the ones who refused to come in this parable were not unbelievers. They were the believers. They were people who professed to be followers of Christ, his servants, and they began to make excuses why they couldn't come. And this is going to occur in the last days. They will be the last ones in the kingdom. It will be the first who come into the kingdom, who are the poor, the maimed, the blind, the weak, the beggarly, the homeless, the drug addicts, the prostitutes, the gang members. That's who will come first. In the book of James, Hearken, my beloved brethren, did not God choose them that are poor as to the world to be rich in faith and heirs of the kingdom, which he hath promised to them that love him? And when the protests begin, and the people begin to go into the streets with the banners, and they begin to go into the highways, blocking the roads, getting everybody's attention, saying, Come, come. You will see that you'll look upon the field that is ripe, and it will be the poor. It'll be the weak. It will be the beggarly. The people in these churches and in these buildings are going to be the ones who fight against it. They'll be refusing to come. They'll be refusing to leave their worldliness. And it is going to be exactly like the first time of Christ coming. They are the Pharisees of the end times. That's who it is. They're the last. They're going to be cut off. And it will be the maimed, the blind, the people who are rallying to come, who have nothing to lose. And you look around and see who it's going to be. It's going to be the poor. It's going to be the needy. And that's who we need to reach out to. In the last days, the first will be last, and the last will be first. So when you look around, you see what's growing in the streets. What is growing? Tents, poverty. You see these tent cities, People talking about getting rid of the homeless. We need to get rid of all these homeless people on the streets and all these drug addicts and people that are zombies. Those are who you need to call to come. Those will be first who come into the kingdom. That's who needs to be reached. And that's who Christ is going to bring and exalt in the last days. Because the first will be last and the last will be first. And this is the prophecy of the first will be last.